Sha Tin on Sunday. Welcome to the race by race preview. Paul Lally joins us for all of the selections. We kick off at 1 o'clock. There's 3 on the all-weather and 7 on the turf. The first race has Sky Profit, Smart Leader, Currahy and Speed Sword all on the class drop. Speed Sword has blinkers going on. Excellent Daddy, last start winner, carries an extra £5 for it. We've got Falcon Court, who ran on last time, as did Cheer for South, and a Patch of Watch gets a £10 claim from barrier number 2. He leads, Paul. He's been finishing it off in the trials from the front, but not so on race day.
No, he was a little bit slow out last time as well, so there is that query, but he has drawn nicely in barrier number 2, so he's got the opportunity to lead. Now, if he doesn't, I've got no doubt Fung will from barrier number 3. So one of those two look the leaders. Diamond Saw's another leader, is drawn wide. He's going to have to come across, and then the rest should be able to slot in nicely. Falcon Court, he ran better when he went back at his last start for barrier 8. I think he'll go back again.
We start with race 1. Number 1, Sky Profit. Here he is at Happy Valley last time. He was given a perfect trip in behind the leader here. Honglok Golf ends up winning the race, and this is 2 starts ago, because Smart Fighter wins the race, which is good form because he's now won 2 in a row. Yeah,
he has. Look, the query of this horse coming to the surface for the first time, he's bred for it. He's got the claim. He's drawn barrier number 1. And he always works well on the surface. So, look, if you can take a chance with him for sure.
He has run behind Honglok Golf at Sha Tin since that run. On we go to Excellent Daddy, who he's found a home on the all-weather. He's won since this race. This is 2 starts ago where he ran second. And as you said, the alternate leader in the race, if Patch of Watch misses the start, is Fung.
Yeah, you can see him. He missed, went all the way back here in this particular race. A good run from Fung. Look, he's found a sort of niche, I think, here on this surface as well. He's got Zach Purton aboard from an inside draw. So, yeah, Fung will go in. I mean, Excellent Daddy has won since this, but he hasn't really put 2 together in a row. That's just a query with him.
Here is the win. It was big. He was almost last turning for home, and spotted them quite a distance. Diamond Saws runs 3rd, Cheer for South, and Falcon Court made some ground too. He's down there on the rail in the red and white colours. I
like Cheer for South coming out of this. Now, this horse here was having his first start on the all-weather. He's by Deep Field. He's taken a while to win a race. This is his 21st start. But look, he's drawn 10, but I think he can get across, and he was just beaten. Another couple of strides. He'd won with this experience under his belt. I think he can win this. So Cheer for South.
There you go. Straight off the last replay from the horse in the centre to the top of the selections.
Yeah, we'll go with him. Cheer for South, second start on the all-weather track, having run second on his only run. Fung, he'll be near the front. Sky Profit and Patch of Watch. If he does get out rolling in front, he has trialled really well on the surface in the past and does come with a really light weight. 10, 6, 1, 11.
Paul with Matthew Poon and Frankie Law to win race number 1 on Sunday at Sha Tin. Race number 2 is the first race on the turf on the program after the opener was on the all-weather. Positive Smile is on the class drop. Proving Feeling placed at his only start. Inno Century has had 5 trials. View All Things, he's had 3. Robot Knight's best form at this stage is on the all-weather. Dragon 4 Seas comes back in distance. Solar River has the visor off and the cheek pieces going on. Perfect Peach, no pacifiers, but blinkers have been re-added to him, Paul.
Yeah, look, Solar River's led in a lot of his trials, one even over 800 metres, but Joyful Treasure's had the 1 start and led. He's drawn 3 with a positive jockey and Lyle Hewitson aboard, so I think he'll try and lead again, Joyful Treasure. Solar River then can get the trail. Dragon 4 Seas likes to put himself there. Robot Knight, he likes to go forward, but his best races have been on the all-weather. Campfire, Positive Smile, he's the downgrader. Tactical Command, and Perfect Peach always goes back.
Our first replay is Groovy Feeling, who had his debut and was at a huge odds, outran the odds and comes out of a strong form race. This is the Super Legends race.
Yeah, 92 to 1 here when he was on debut. Now, he did draw barrier number 3. He has to move out to barrier number 10. So I think he's going to be slightly further back than he was in this run. And saying that, it was a nice run from him. And as you say, the form in this is rock solid as well. So, look, I'll include him just on a minor line because I like to see him again. Obviously, there was no market confidence before this race, but it was still a good run.
It was Ibedome Fortune Whiskey who won on Wednesday night. Dragon 4Cs running third over the 1400 metres at his most recent start. The Absolute wins this. Derek Long rides for Manfred Mann.
8 starts now. He's been placed on 3 occasions. Hasn't managed to get his nose in front at this stage. Zach Purden did ride him last time. There's a change of jockey with Derek Long aboard. Zach's going to ride a first starter in the race. Look, he doesn't look too far away from a win. He's been very consistent in this horse. So, look, he'll go in the numbers for me for sure. I think he looks ready to win one.
That is a good report for him. The Absolute thrashed them there. Positive Smile is our next replay. He comes into this grade for the first time. Recent racing has been over 1,000 metres. He ran 6th behind Super Fortune. Keith Young, David Hayes from a good draw.
Yeah, and he did win over longer overseas before he did get here in Hong Kong. Once he got into the clear, I thought he wasn't too far away. This is Super Fortune winning, who's we know is a very consistent horse down the straight 1,000. I think stepping up to 1,200 now for him looks ideal, and I like the way he boxed on well here. He comes into a lot easier race, and he's drawn nicely in barrier number 2. So I think he could be a chance at a decent price in this race.
That's a good push for Positive Smile. One more to have a look at. It is Inno Century and a recent trial from him. It's up at Chung Fa. He wins this trial. Zach Purden and Chris So, the combination.
He's had a couple of trials since Inno Century. They've been okay. This was obviously the best of the 5 trials that he's had. He's drawn 11. He's got Zach Purden aboard. There's obviously ability there, but he's going to be massively overbet, I think. So, look, I've got him in, but again, just on a very minor line.
He's a 4-year-old drawn at barrier number 11 from the 1,200 metre start as we see him make his way down the back straight at Chung Fa, where they trial over the 1,000 metres and win that one. Those 2 trials since, he's run 7th and 8th and is somewhere in the top 4, but not on top.
No, I'm going to go with the downgrade of Positive Smile. Drawn nicely in barrier number 2 and up to 1,200 metres. So a couple of positives there. And he might be a decent price in this race. He's gone out double figures in all his 4 starts. He was 30 to 1 last start. Dragon 4Cs in there for second. You know, Inno Century, the first starter, and Groovy Feeling. 1832.
Bit of a value go in race number 2 for Paul with the number 1 horse, Positive Smile, on top. We slingshot back to the all-weather for race number 3, so mixing the tracks once again, and the third's a 1,200 metre class 4. Roman Crown comes back in distance for his all-weather debut. Jolly Companion, an extra £10 on his back for his last start win. Dragon Air Force, he has an extra 6. Nebraskan has a better draw. Natural High has trialled well on the surface, and he draws barrier number 2 here. We've got Volcanus, who's been top 3 from 4 course and distance. Regent Glory, cheek pieces off, blinkers on. Yeah, buddy has the hood and the visor off and the cheek pieces going on. And Jolly Companion leads Paul Fun and Fun together, but Natural High has also shown an abundance of speed.
Yeah, so if he can get through from the inside draw, Natural High, there is the danger of this being into a speed battle. Jolly Companion's drawn 1, Natural High's drawn 2. I just thought Jolly Companion could cross Natural High, and that's going to be the key in the race. If he does cross him, then I think it'll take a little bit of the speed out because Natural High will be sort of stuck in behind. But if he doesn't cross him, and then they start going forward, then it's going to be good to fast, I think. Nebraska and Fun together will come across from 7.
We start with the leader on the speed map, Jolly Companion, who just kept going in front last time. Nebraska had raced quite well, bit disappointing here, but he did cover some ground. Extra weight and possible maybe not as easy lead for Jolly Companion this week.
This is the key. It's all going to be on the start with these horses. But it's Alice Wong versus Brittany Wong here, and who's going to get to the front first, I think. But look, he just kept going. Mr. Energia, who we know, this was only Mr. Energia's second start on the dirt, and obviously he won the other one, so he couldn't get to him. But he just kept going, and he won nicely. Bit more weight, but we'll see how he goes.
Dragon Air Force, who was a bit of a muncher leading up to this race. Nebraskan runs third, but finally was able to get the win on the board. He'd always tried up like he was going to win races and delivers here. Chances of a back-to-back victory?
Yeah, I think there is. I mean, he goes in the numbers for me. This is only his 3rd go on the all-weather, and obviously he has won one of them. So, you know, if his record's 3 from 2, it's not looking too bad on the surface by Swiss Ace. And I like the way he really fought hard when that other horse came alongside him, and he just kept going right to the line, and Fortune Warrior couldn't get past him. So, look, I think he's a chance once again.
That is Dragon Air Force. Here is Volcanus, who's found a home on the all-weather. Bit of racing recently in Class 5, but he's racing pretty well. King Glorioso disappointing. Natural High couldn't cross, bolted in a trial prior to this. He fades in the last 100 and still hangs on for 5th. This by far his best run today.
Yeah, and this was blinkers on race day for the first time. So look, the blinkers have obviously done a little bit of a trick with him. Now, if they do go a bit silly in front, the horse that is going to benefit the most is going to be Volcanus, I think, because he'll just sit off the pace and he'll be finishing off strongly with Zach Pert on board. So I'm sure Zach will be encouraging a speed battle here.
No doubt whatsoever. And one more to have a look at. It's a trial of Fun and Fun Together, who has been off the scene for a while. He was scratched on the 23rd of October when he reared in the stalls. He's shown pace in the past too.
Never been on the all-weather on race day before. He was due to race on it. He hasn't. And he always works well. He always trials nicely on the surface. So from barrier number 7, if he can get outside the leader, I think he's a big chance. He's been a very consistent horse, hasn't really had the rub of the green in quite a few of his races. So this could be his race.
That's the breakdown for race number 3. Are you going as it is his race?
Yeah, I am. We'll go with him on top, Fun and Fun Together. So we'll put him in there, the 4 to beat Dragon Air Force, Nebraskan, who's very consistent, and Volcanus. 4, 3, 6, 10.
And that is race number 3. It is the first leg of the early treble. Race number 4 preview time now, and this race is over the 1200 for the Class 4s, and Sunny the Best is placed 2 from 3 course and distance. Riding High cheek pieces go on. Panda wears a tongue tie for the first time. Fantastic Honour has had 6 trials. Invincible Lucky has blinkers going back on. Lucky Blessing has shown pace in his trials and races. Triumphant Warrior is back in distance, and Island Golden a winner in a Class 4 restricted race in Class 5 only at this stage. But Lucky Blessing, Paul, with only a little claim for Angus Chung as opposed to recently, will still lead.
Yeah, I think he will. He does like to go forward, and Pyong likes to push his horses forward as well. My Flying Angel, look, he can get the trail. He's an alternative leader if he doesn't go forward. Triumphant Warrior can go forward. Riding High has been on the pace, as is Island Golden. Island Buddy will need a little bit of luck from his wide draw. But if there is a bit of pace in the race, he should be able to slot in. The query for me is Sunny the Best. What do they do with him from barrier 8? If they go forward, are they going to get outside the leader, or is it safer to go back?
Well, here he is, and last time he was handy enough to the pace and ran 2nd, Noble Deluxe 8 and Flying Double 6th. He's just had no luck from the draws now in this start, and leading into the race on Sunday, the Flying Double.
Yeah, look, he drew 4 here, and he drew 4 the start before, and he wasn't too far away. The 3 starts ago, he's drawn 9, and he went back. He's drawn 8 here. So that's just the query. With that draw, what are they going to do with him? He got out here. He was held up, obviously, and once he got into the clear, he finished off really strongly. So he's a chance once again.
That's our first replay. Second one, Riding High, an improved performance last time. He ended up running 3rd. Picked the right horse to follow. Fun Elite ends up winning the race. He's outside the speed, turning for home, and draws barrier number 4, and he's up to start number 7 in Hong Kong now.
Yeah, cheek pieces go on him, and he's found a little bit of consistency with a 5th and a 3rd in his last 2 starts. They've both been at Sha Tin. Prior to that, he raced at Happy Valley, so maybe he's a better horse here at Sha Tin of what we've seen so far. From barrier number 4, he's going to put himself just in behind the pace, so look, he'll go in the numbers for me as well.
And we've got one more to have a look at as they finish that race. That is Invincible Lucky, and here he is, running 2nd last time. This was over the 1200 metres, stays at the same distance, better draw, placed 2 from 3 over the 1200 also.
He jumped well, but because he had drawn wide, they took him back, and that's why. Now the winner of the race who came through as well, the Beatbox, is unbeaten, and he's looked good in both his 2 starts here in Hong Kong. This horse has only had the 6 starts. He's been placed on 3 of them. He's drawn 12 and 9 in his last 2. He's drawn nicely in barrier 3. So I think he'll be a little bit closer in the run, and that could be the winning of the race for him.
You've sold him very well.
There you go. We'll put him on top then. Invincible Lucky. So see if he can break through in this race. Riding High. Now, Island Buddy will need luck. There's no question, from barrier number 9. But his races have been pretty good recently, and Sunny the Best as well. So 8, 2, 7 and 1.
There is the preview for the 4th, and race number 4 is the first leg of Sunday's Triple Trio. It is preview time for race number 5 at Sha Tin on Sunday, and this is the lineup for the Class 4 over the 1400. Master Trillion cannot draw a barrier. City Thunder's placed 2 from 3 this season. Oriental Smoke comes back in distance. Juno Pride's first 3 starts have all been in restricted Class 4 events. General Smart has the cheek pieces off, the blinkers going on. Fashion Legend has placed the trip. Lucky Fion's run second at his last 2. And a wider draw for Pearl of Pangs down the bottom, with the speed map here, Paul, from the 1400 having Fatal Blow in front.
Yeah, look, he steps up to 1400 for the first time. He's been running at Happy Valley on the pace over 1200 and has won a race. Juno Pride's drawn a lot better. He should get a lovely run. Quick Win went forward last time. Pearl of Pangs likes to go forward. He'll need some luck getting across. Lucky Fion's got that wide draw. City Thunder, he'll try and slot on their midfield. Fashion Legend, a better run from California Start, over 100-1 last time. But that was on the all-weather. And then Master Trillion, barrier 14, he might have to go back again.
Here he is, first up, Master Trillion 2. He ends up running 5th in this race, but he drew 11, then he had 13 at the start prior to this. He did win on debut, but since then he's seen plenty of outside gates. Yeah,
once he draws low, I think he'll be winning this horse, because he's showing a really good turn of foot here, running 5th, and he wasn't too far away as well from the winner, which was Skyjoy. So a nice run. He's been running very well recently. I'm going to include him once again, because any ounce of luck, I think he'll go close to winning. So a nice run here, as I say.
That is Master Trillion. City Thunder's been racing well this time in, all over 1200 metres though. He has had limited success at 1400 previously. Chance of that turning around this weekend?
Yeah, it doesn't look good, does it, with 4 starts with just a minor placing. He was costly here because he was a 2.7 beaten favourite, saying that Super Legends won the race and Super Legends has franked the form. So maybe he was a slight false favourite here in the race. But you can see him finishing off nice enough. Zach Purton aboard. He's got barrier 8, so he'll be looking at slotting in midfield. And the way he finished off 1400 should be okay, but his record's not good.
That is City Thunder. Now here is Juno Pride running 3rd. This is in the race won by Carrying Attack. He's beaten him home at his last 2 starts, has Carrying Attack. Jolly Jumper is the other one. He had some mucus in the system after this, so had an excuse, but was beaten 7 lengths at his debut run prior to that.
Second and a third forward, Juno Pride, from his 3 starts here in Hong Kong, and you can see, to be fair, he was entitled to win here. Look, he came out the right time. Now, he had drawn 13, so he did have to do a little bit of work, and he didn't shirk to the task. He stayed on nicely enough, so I'll include him.
Next up, it is Lucky Fion, who looks to be knocking the door down for a victory. This is 1400 metres last time. Another World is the horse that beats him here, and we know he's franked the form in terrific fashion last weekend after getting knocked over.
Oh, it's huge, wasn't it? He's a horse that seems to save it for race day, Another World, so that's 2 from him. Lucky Fion looked like he was coming up to win the race here as well. Another World had other ideas though and kept fighting. You're right, a win doesn't look too far away. He's just drawn a bit awkward at barrier 9. That was a little thing. He was right on the cusp, because I think he's found a very good race here. I ended up leaving him out, but he wasn't far away from going in.
What have you liked about the track work of Fatal Blow, who's coming to Sha Tin for the first time? He's a winner at the Valley.
Looks nice and relaxed, this horse. Now, I think he's going to come to Sha Tin with no issues. He's up to 1400 metres for the first time. He's drawn nicely in barrier 3. He's already a winner from his 3 starts. Had clear excuses. He was 3 wide all the way last time. I just think he'd be suited by the big roomy track coming here.
There you go. So he's the one to beat?
Yeah, we'll put him on. Give him a chance here. And again, he's another one who should be at a decent price, I think, Fatal Blow. Master Trillion from the back. City Thunder will be right there in Juno Pride. So around the 3125, but the QQP 123.
That's the preview for the 5th, the first leg of the 6 Up. Back onto the all-weather for race number 6. It is a Class 3. It's over 1200 metres. Luck is back in distance also. Victory Moments has just struggled a bit this time in. Mask Rider has his first start in Hong Kong. Must go a wider draw. Aero Invincible has pacifiers on as he switches surfaces. Swagger Bros on a 7-day backup, and Off-Road Master comes up in grade with a 1st and a 3rd on this surface at his last 2 starts, Paul, and everyone's getting their chance.
Yeah, I think they will. Bunter Baby with a £10 claim. Aero Invincible, he can go forward as well from his wide draw. Masked Rider has looked good on his surfaces on the surface and has raced well on it. He should get a nice trial from barrier number 1. Off-Road Master's gone forward. Mojave Desert, last start winner, victory moments. Luck is back and trip. Giant Leap, and back to the last 4. I think Must Go will have to go back from his wide.
He's on the outside of Montefruta on the speed map, and he is the focus. Montefruta, he's neck with his jockey, Angus Chung.
Angus, you've got Montefruta coming up on the weekend in race 6 for your boss Tony Cruz. We haven't seen him this season, but when we saw him last season, he looked pretty good. Excited to get back on board him?
Yeah, very excited to get board on him. He's better races. I think last season, the last race on the grass, on turf, obviously, we are not aiming for that race, but it's pretty impressive running second on that day. This season, obviously, he missed a little bit training, got a little bit injured, not very well at the beginning of the season, but he come back, do the trials very well. I feel like the horse getting stronger and stronger.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you about the trial. I mean, the trial looked good. I mean, you sort of just sort of pushed him out to the line a little bit, but he certainly hit the line strong, didn't he? Yeah,
I don't have any negative feeling of him. The feeling of him this trial is pretty similar to last season when he was fit. It pretty impressed me the trials. But this race is barrier 11, a little bit tricky for him and me. Hopefully he can do well in here.
How do you sort of read it? I know sometimes when we speak to the jockeys about the all-weather racing, they sometimes say obviously maybe being wider is not the worst place to be, but do you think that's a bit of a negative for him then?
Probably not, because in the barrier he's a little bit inconsistent. Sometimes he can jump well, sometimes he cannot jump well, but as soon as he get the gate, settle down, and every single time in the 500 meters he will give me the feeling he want to go just save a little bit, and he always finish good. With the light weight in the class 3, I think, and the condition now, I feel like he's got a chance there.
There he is, Angus Chung talking. His ride Montefruta. Our first replay, Paul, features Must Go, who just misses Giant Leap 5th. His run was good because he covered some ground and he wasn't beaten too far. Negative for Must Go. He's had no luck with the draw this week.
No, he has to go back. But they both go in. Both these two horses, I think, are really good chances. They're both racing pretty well at the moment. Must Go's very consistent. He just can't get his nose in front here, and as you can see, he finished off really strongly in this one, and Giant Leap wasn't too far away, and he's another one that seems to be quite well suited to the surface, so that they're both good.
Mojave Desert is the next replay. This is winning form. He's one off turning for home. Class 3 race coming up on the weekend. This win was down in grade, just his second look at the surface. He raced wide at his first go over the 1650, so he's 1 for 1 at the 1200.
Yeah, he is. So he's always thought he was going to be a 1600 metre horse, but he's actually won here at the 1200. Did win it nicely enough as well. It's just he has to come up in grade now. That's just a little query, but look, he's racing well at the moment. It was a nice win.
Next up, it is Off-Road Master, a little like Mojave Desert. Recent form down in grade, but very competitive. And this race, he's just outside the leader, turning for home. This is race 302. So this is the run after he won. He runs third behind Jolly Companion. Yeah, and it was a nice run. He won and then he's run third. So he comes up in grade now, does Off-Road Master. But another horse who looks really suited to this surface. And I like the way he fought on down the straight here. It was a nice run from him. And look, I think he's capable in this grade. So he'll go in. He's not on top, but I think he's a good chance. I just like the way he fights this horse. Yeah, he showed plenty of ticker down the straight there. What about Aero Invincible coming to the all-weather for the first time? Here's a recent trial. And he's by Per Encanto, bracket, USA, bracket. Correct. And he's had 5 trials, I think, on the all-weather, and he's won 4 of them. So I've been waiting for him to get onto the surface. So this is not his recent trial. He's had trials since this, but I just wanted to show you, I wanted to highlight what he could do on the all-weather. It was a nice trial from him. So the lurking with intent is coming to an end. It's definitely. Yeah, I wondered why they took a while to get him on the surface, because he does look really well suited on it, but he's on it now. He's drawn 11, unfortunately, but hopefully it means we get a price. So he's on top, the 7 to beat the 12 Off-Road Master. Must Go's consistent, and Giant Leap coming out of that same race. 7, 12, 5 and 8. Paul, all over the newcomer to the surface, race 6, number 7, Aero Invincible. Race number 7 is the Racing Club Cup, and it is over the 1400 metres. Good field in this too. Packing Hermod at the top of the book. Very promising. Outgate comes back in distance. Dancing Code bolted in last start, but he does step up in trip. Young Champion's had 2 trials since his last outing. Ruby Lot's out of a strong field also. Sunlight Power has plenty of talent. Tourbillon Prince has won his last 2. Glory Elite goes to the 1400, and Johannes Brahms, a winner in Class 3 over the 1400 last start. Tourbillon Prince has been on the pace and racing very well, Paul.
He has. He's won his last couple on the pace. Devano likes to go forward. Glory Elite likes to go forward. He's up and tripped to 1400 metres. Outgate would lead, I'd say, if it was over 1600 metres plus, but it's not. So he's going to have to work a bit. Sing Dragon, another one that can go forward. Johannes Brahms. Packing Hermod, the query is what's Lyle going to do from barrier number 11 for him. Sunlight Power will get back, he gets back. Young Champion and Ruby Lots, I think, can go back as well.
Straight to Nick with the trainer of Johannes Brahms, it is Pierre Ong.
Pierre Ong, Johannes Brahms, a very exciting 4-year-old for your stable. Got the win last time out. He's going back to the races and back up in grade.
Yes, he's a very promising horse. He just needs one more run to calm him a little bit more. The next race will be the Classic Mile, so I'm looking forward to have a good run there and hope he can race like more professional, more relaxed, and hopefully he can go better in the future.
That said, I mean, the professionalism from him last time was quite evident. I mean, he sort of had to wait on a gap, didn't he? But once he got out, he showed plenty of class.
Yes, we know that he's got the class. It's just a matter of how he bringing it out to us. Last time was promising, and hopefully with the lightweight this time, he show another promising one, and we'll be pretty much ready for the Classic Mile.
You've got Andrea Atzeni on, of course, lightweight. You and he team up for a number of winners so far this season. Has he had a chance to sit on him yet?
Oh, definitely has a chance. He's a very good rider. He does his job brilliantly. So hopefully he can continue and win more races together.
So that is Pierre on Johannes Brahms, Paul. Here's a recent replay, a win of Packing Hermod. Ruby Lot second, Sing Dragon third, and the Omen tip in the race, Young Champion being the Racing Club Cup. He won't only have fans in the Racing Club, they'll be cheering him home outside as well because he's trialled up pretty well.
His trial's been good, and look, he didn't get much of a go here. I think Ruby Lot can overturn on Packing Hermod. The thing with the two of them is the barriers have flicked around. Ruby Lot's drawn 2, Packing Hermod has drawn a lot worse now in barrier number 11. So as such, there's a £5 difference in them. I think Ruby Lot could beat him in this. Although I still think Packing Hermod will start favourite.
Okay, that is that replay. What about Devano? He's been racing well. He won a shocker 3 starts ago. It was too bad to be true by his standards behind Young Superstar, and he just showed that was a one-off because he's bounced straight back with back-to-back victories.
The query, I suppose, is the 1400 metres. He's going up and trip for the first time, but has drawn really nicely in barrier number 1. So he's going to put himself right on the pace here. That should ensure a really good pace in this race, which means everyone's going to get their chance. A nice win from him. The little query for me was just the 1400 metres.
As he just hangs on there to score by a neck. So we've already heard that you're with Ruby Lots to roll Packing Hermod.
Yep, and we'll make that the Quinella. Ruby Lot 6 to beat 1 here for me. So Ruby Lot, Packing Hermod. Young Champion, really good trial from him. He has to go in. And Johannes Brahms just there on a minor line. 6-1, 4 and 12.
The Racing Club Cup, the trophy race. Race number 7 is at 4:05 local time. Race number 8 now. We look at this one. It is a 1200 metre race and it is a Class 3. Young Superstars, a 2-time course and distance winner. Awesome Treasure comes out of a Group 3 race. He just struggles in Class 3 too. His best form is down in grade. IPO Brothers on debut in Hong Kong. Lucky 8 is a 3-time course and distance winner. Call Me Gorgeous makes his Hong Kong debut. Master of My Universe is a last start winner. His only time at Sha Tin also. Now the Zonda has his first run in Hong Kong, and Great State has a visor going on, Paul, with the pace from Awesome Treasure.
Yeah, I think he can go forward and lead. He's got the £10 claim as well. Young Superstar likes to go forward, so there might be a little bit of a speed battle in the early part. Call Me Gorgeous, he's another one that likes to go forward in his trials. Aurora Patch has led in his trials, so again, there should be most of the races here on Sunday have got really good pace in their race, and this is no exception. Lucky 8 to get his chance. Now, the first starter in Hong Kong, IPO, the Bros is going to have to go back.
You're going Bros, are you?
But you go Brothers, did you?
Well, I did. We used to be Grace Brothers, Phil, Bros, and then there was the band called Bros.
Ross. Yeah, it could be. You're a big fan of them too,
Oh,
weren't you?
yeah. No. He's Master of My Universe winning last time.
All right, and what an impressive win from him. Look, I think he can win this Master of My Universe. Like he came to Sha Tin for the first time, and this is what he did. He got back, finished off really strongly. I think he can do that once again. So he looks the likely winner for me. He's drawn. Where is he drawn? He's drawn barrier number 8. So, but I think he'll be maybe slightly closer in the run. But the way he won this race, he did win it with plenty of authority. He's not the biggest horse around.
He's not, but he screams away to win and win it very easily, and it's the pertinent size combination with him. Next up, we've got Goko win placing. Also, Lucky 8 and Great State, amongst others, come out of this race. Are you taking any of the 6 arrows here? I
am. I'm going to take Young Superstar. Look, I think he's a better horse if he can get to the rail, and from barrier number 5, I think he can. Look, there is alternative leaders or pace in this race. That's a little query. But we've seen him lead all the way and been most impressive, particularly 3 starts ago when he bet Victory Sky. He ran well behind Divano 2 starts ago and Ladies' Choice. So he's been quite a consistent horse. This is the Ladies' Choice race. But I think he can definitely feature.
Newcomer is Call Me Gorgeous, who was a winner over 1,100 metres at the Kensington track, which is the inside circuit at Randwick. He's had 3 trials. This is his last one, and he's on the inside there and fights back to beat Turin Star Spangled.
Yeah, who we know is well, he's a leader as Turin Star Spangled. So he's by Deep Field, this horse. He's trialled well, I thought. I thought this trial was pretty good. He's got a bit of ticker, and I did like his win at Kensington. I watched that. He's drawn 11. He's got a bit of early speed. If he can get across, then I think he can. He might run a cheeky race fresh up here.
Oh, sounds like he's going somewhere in the top 4.
He is. He's on a minor line, but he does go in. Going to go with the 6 here, which is Master of My Universe. I think he's going to be one of the shortest prices of the day, but I think he can win. Young Superstar from the front, Call Me Gorgeous in there. And Lucky 8, he's found some form. He's been very consistent. Did win at Sha Tin 4 starts ago and was a good run once. He did come back to Sha Tin last time as well. So 6, 1, 5 and 4, no place for the Bros or the Brothers.
The Bros, the Brothers, the Bros, whatever it is. We'll see what he does in race number 8, the first leg of the late treble. Race number 9 now. This gives us a guide towards the 4-year-old series. It's a Class 3 restricted race, and Mickley just no luck last time. Fast Network, the blinkers off. Top Gun, cheek pieces go on him. Mark Wynn has his first run over 1,600 metres. Silvery Breeze, blinkers first time. Fortunate Son, cheek pieces off. Crossover noseband off. Tongue tie off. Shadow Roll goes on. And Sky Heart, who's first up, has the blinkers coming off. Midori Giant makes his Hong Kong debut and over the 1,600 metres at Kembla Grange. Sky Heart, the leader, Paul.
Yeah, look, he's led in the last couple of trials, so I think they'll press forward and try and lead with him. Storm Rider, he's a horse that's gone forward. The alternative leader is Helene Warrior. He could easily lead as well. He likes to go forward. Fast Network up and trip. Fortunate Son, Mark Wynn. Top Gun used to lead. When he did win his race, he led, but he's been ridden a lot more conservatively recently, and it's worked for him. And the other ones get back. Midori Giant hasn't shown too much early pace in his trials. Mickley and Beauty Viva, I think, will go back with Silvery Breeze.
We start with an interview Nick has done with the trainer of Silvery Breeze. It's David Eustace.
David Eustace, we've got some really good racing coming up this weekend and a few 4-year-old series clues, I would imagine, as well. You've got Silvery Breeze lining up in race 9. He's only had a couple of runs, but both have been good.
Yeah, they have. Obviously one on debut, which was a nice surprise, but he backed that up. The other day, drew 14, had to go back and come round them. I thought he closed off really well, so it's a pleasing run, and hopefully he can make another step forward.
And I guess as a trainer, that's always a trait you want to see, I suppose, with a horse like this over this sort of distance. I mean, his last sort of furlong or two were very impressive.
Yeah, they were. always felt he'll get further than this as well. And although his debut win was a surprise, we've always held him in pretty high regard. He travelled over well and settled in quick and was working nicely. So nice to see him put 2 performances on end to sort of back that up, and hopefully he can again on Sunday.
I know you're the trainer. My notes read sort of comfortable trial recently with Sha Tin. How did you assess it?
It's just the best he's trialled. He doesn't really enjoy the dirt, and it was against strong opposition. I was very pleased with him. He wears blinkers for the first time. I was keen to do that, staying at the trip at the mile before stepping out to 1800, which I think he'll do next start. So I thought they helped as well, and so did Karis. Karis has been very happy with him. The
blinkers angle is an interesting one I wanted to ask you about, because he wore them in Australia, and without winning, I know, but he ran some very good races with them.
Yeah, he did. I'm not sort of 100% sold on it, but he's performed well at home with them on, but has done nothing wrong on the track either. But I just really wanted to do it, staying at a mile instead of going up in trip and putting them on. It's something that I don't like doing. Most people don't either. So, and I just think you got to sort of often get a wrong indication of whether they've handled them or not. So we'll know on Sunday, and they could be very useful down the track.
Talking of down the track, we're at obviously a very interesting and intriguing time of year. He is a 4-year-old. I suppose I must ask the question, is the plan very much to sort of go forward to the series, all being well here? Yeah,
I don't sort of view him probably as a classic mile horse. I don't think he'll probably quite have the toe for that, but I do look forward to getting him to the 1800 and 2000 metre, or the Derby, obviously. He'll stay. Yeah. It's just whether he's good enough. So he needs to win another race, and if it's not Sunday, then hopefully it is down the track. But I've always felt he could be that type if he makes the necessary steps.
You've got some very nice horses in the stable. One notable one that has joined you recently, Victor, the winner, we're here at Happy Valley on trials morning. He's trialled. He's looked good in his trial. Were you happy with him?
Yeah, I was. He looked to move great. Put blinkers on him, and he was, as you would expect, he stretched very well in them. They weren't going that quick, and he was, touch free down the back and side, and then when he was able to stretch, he was good. So I'll have a chat with Derek and the owner as to whether he races in them. But I thought it was a good time to put them on pre-race, and you would expect him to trial well, but he did, and I was happy with him.
Do you know where you'll start him?
Well, he's in the sprint next Sunday. Yeah, so small field probably suits him and his run style, which is not necessarily going to dramatically change. He's going to be up there in some shape or form. So small field definitely helps those type of horses.
There is David Eustace. Paul, we move on to Fast Network, an interesting runner. This is his only go over 1,200 metres. Everything else was exclusively 1,000 metres. This week, he runs an extra 400 metres.
Yeah, it's trying him over a mile, so unconventional, but he's bred for it, for sure. But he's by rote. We've seen that progeny go well here over longer trips. Chilchibi, for example. The Azure has won a couple recently. So, look, the 1,600 metres for me is not going to be a problem. And he did run on really nicely here as well. So maybe he's just a horse that's now learnt to relax, and he can step up and trip. He's an interesting runner. I put him on a minor line, and I'm sure he's on trial for bigger things.
And Raging Blizzard has won again since that race. Steps Ahead was punted heavily in this race and loomed up to win it. Just couldn't quite get past Huge Wave, and Mickley, just one of those races where nothing goes right down the straight. The run just doesn't appear.
No, he doesn't get a run at all, so he's a complete forgive. But Steps Ahead, you can see him finishing off really nice. He's been quite a consistent horse. Barrier 12, though, he's just going to get a little bit further back. He's got a new jockey as well. Jerry Chow will jump aboard him. I thought he was just going to run past this horse, but Huge Wave just kept fighting on the inside. But you can see Mickley was hard held there.
He was indeed. Our next one is Mark Wynn, who, a bit like Steps Ahead, looked like he was going to run straight past them too. Storm Rider actually kicks again to run second to him, and Beauty Viva would need to improve. Mark Wynn, however, also wants to run around a bit in the straight in this.
Yeah, look, on the head-on, he did. So he didn't run straight, and I think that was what cost him the race here, because he was beating short margins and at the end. And here, look, he was just going to win, but there was the horse on the inside just kept fighting, and did win Tourbillon Prince. But look, he wasn't far away, and he's drawn one, so he's going to have horses on his outside him this time.
It certainly doesn't end there. This is a really good field.
Yeah, really good. This is the best race of the day. There's no question. So, look, I've got to go with the horse here, the one, the Mickley. He was unlucky last time. Had no luck. Mark Wynn's going to be tough to beat, though. Dragon Joy, another one that ran on really nicely in a lower grade last time, comes in with a lightweight, and Fast Network up to a mile. Really good race. 1, 6, 14 and 2.
Mickley to bounce back with an ounce of luck for Hugh Bowman and John Size in race number 9 for Paul. And the last, race number 10, it's on the turf, it's over the 1600 and it's a Class 3. Lucy on the Sky has the top weight again, but he does have a better draw. Ching has the cheek pieces off. Packing Turbine has placed his only time this trip. Fallon is a 2-time course and distance winner. We've got Test for Love having his Hong Kong debut. Amazing Victory has placed 4 from 7 course and distance. Ivy League has the shadow roll off and the one-eyed blinker going on. Stella Swift is on the 7-day backup. Where's the pace come from here, Paul?
Charming Legend. He's had 3 starts. He's been on the pace all the time. I think from 7 he'll come across. Lucy in the Sky is drawn nicely in barrier 1, so he'll be right there. Low Rider's been going forward. Look, Packing Turbine's drawn wide but likes to go forward. Amazing Victory, Ivy League. Glorious Success, another one who's gone well on his 2 starts. He's drawn wide. Fallon gets back. Lupo Solitario, and I think the other 3 will get back as well.
We have Nick back with Pierre on to talk about Packing Turbine.
Pierre, race 10 on the programme this weekend. You're going to saddle Packing Turbine. Lightly raced horse, but last time out showed some distinct improvement from first to second start.
Yes, the first start was a bit sharp for him, so he's more like a mile plus horse. So we run him a mile last time. He didn't get a clear run until the last 200 metre last time, so it's still quite promising. He goes further from Zach's words after the race last time, so hopefully he improves his form and get more points for the race, 40 years old race later.
I was going to ask you about that, of course. I mean, given that you said that maybe you think he might get a bit further, is he perhaps one maybe later on in the series?
Yes, later on. He wouldn't join up the Classic Mile. I think if we get more points within the next 2 runs, hopefully he'll start up in the Classic Cup.
Mark of 68 now. He's gone up 3 for his last one. Just quickly on his trial recently as well. The trial looked pretty good.
Yeah, his trial's well. He's just coming the form slowly as we expected. So hopefully we time it right for the February and March.
Plenty of positives, and I guess the only real negative there would be the barrier, but I guess if he can overcome it, he's a definite chance, isn't he?
Yeah, definitely. We just have to roll on. He seems to be just stayed on, so we just keep him rolling. Doesn't matter with the draw, I think. Just as long as it's smooth, and I think he'll be performing.
That is Pierre talking about Packing Turbine. Paul, here is Charming Legend in our first replay. Ends up running 4th here. The horse on his outside, Tourbillon Prince, has won again since. The horse stalking Tourbillon Prince is Storm Rider. And he won before this, Tourbillon Prince. Storm Rider runs 2nd, Mark Wynn down the outside, and Charming Legend just swamped late but kicked on the inside.
Yeah, so look, it was a brave run from him because he was taken on, Charming Legend. Look, he's going to go in the numbers once again for me. He's had 3 runs here in Hong Kong. They've all been good. He was still in front here with about 50 to go, and he wasn't beaten by much when he did run 4th. So I do like this horse.
That is Charming Legend on the inside. Next replay is Glorious Success running 3rd. He's lightly raced in Hong Kong. Blessed Nation 6th. He was closer in this race. And Lucy in the Sky up outside the leader, but he just keeps staying so consistent that the weight doesn't come down.
Yeah, look, I'm going to make Blessed Nation my long shot in this race because I really like the way he finished off this race. He steps up to 1,600 metres, of which he was a multiple winner overseas before he got here. Did come out of a Britannia handicap and wasn't too far away in there. See, the gap closed on him there and he sort of lost a bit of momentum. But once he got the momentum going again, he finished off really nicely. Now, he finished just a length behind Glorious Success, who's going to be a lot shorter in the market than he is.
in braces. Happy Valley last time, this over the 1650. They did fly along a bit up in front here, which was set up for a swooper, and he was the one. As you can see, Happy Valley here, switching circuits to the bigger Sha Tin on Sunday.
Yeah, so he's had 2 goes at Sha Tin. They were both one over 1200, one over 14. He did run on nicely enough over the 1400 when he did run 5th. So, look, I don't think the course is going to be a problem for him. It's just he's found a really tough race, I thought.
He has. So that is a breakdown of runners in race number 10, but you're going with Vatican City.
I am. Blessed Nation will go with him. On top, the 8 to beat the 11, which is Glorious Success. They'll both come out of the same race. The 2 Charming Legend. We're going to put Fallon in as well because he's caught the eye finishing off strong in his last couple of starts for 4th. 8, 11, 2, 7.
There you have it. That is the preview for Sha Tin on Sunday. 10 races, some on the turf, some on the all-weather. We get things underway at 1 o'clock local time.